In the shadow of Valentine's Day, whispers of a deepening rift between the Sussexes have turned into a full-blown tabloid frenzy, with Prince Harry lingering in the chill of Vancouver for his Invictus games, while Meghan Markle retreats to the sun-soaked seclusion of Montecito, supposedly to tend to the children, but leaving many to wonder if this separation is more than just logistical. As the world contrasts their dramatic social media gestures with the understated warmth of the Wales's Norfolk stroll, one can't help but sense the undercurrents of marital strain, financial pressures, and the relentless pull of separate ambitions that could redefine the royal exile narrative. Good evening, and thank you for joining me once again as we delve into the intricacies of palace life and its far-flung echoes. Tonight, with a touch of that perennial intrigue that keeps us all coming back for more. Let's start at the heart of it all, shall we? Valentine's Day, that saccharine hallmark of romance, has once again spotlighted the Sussexes in a way that's anything but heartwarming. Prince Harry, ever the dedicated patron of his Invictus games, found himself in Vancouver, wrapping up the inaugural winter edition of the event he founded back in 2014. It's a noble endeavor, no doubt, celebrating wounded veterans through sport, fostering resilience and camaraderie. But this year, the Games took on an unintended subplot. Harry arrived with Meghan in tow for the opening ceremonies, all smiles and hand-holding under the Canadian snow. Yet, just days later, she boarded a plane back to California, leaving him to face the closing events solo on February 14th. A well-placed source within palace circles suggests this was always planned, with Meghan prioritizing time with Archie and Lilibet at home. Fair enough, one might say, but in the court of public opinion, such optics are rarely forgiven so easily. You see, my astute viewers, the timing couldn't have been more provocative. Here we have Harry, pushing forward with his passion project amid swirling rumors of professional divergence. A source close to the inner circle confides that Harry's heart is poured entirely into Invictus these days, securing speaking gigs, expanding the foundation's reach, and chasing that sense of purpose he once found in military service. Meanwhile, Meghan's ambitions lean toward the glitz of Hollywood, launching her lifestyle brand as ever with its Valentine's chocolates that some describe as a desperate bid for relevance. One longtime family acquaintance murmurs that she's in full meltdown mode over recent staff departures, 2 more key employees reportedly jumping ship this year alone, blaming everyone around her, including Harry, for the setbacks. It's the kind of domestic drama that fuels endless speculation. Are they monetizing their rift, or is it simply unraveling? And then there's that Instagram post from Meghan, timed with exquisite precision to quell the storm. A black-and-white archive photo of her and Harry in a tender kiss, captioned with sentiments about missing her Valentine while he's off changing lives at Invictus. Touching, isn't it? Or is it a calculated deflection? A source behind closed doors hints that this was Meghan's way of pushing back against the narrative, but it only amplified the contrasts. Social media erupted, as it always does, with users dissecting every pixel. Some praised the raw emotion, but many more rolled their eyes at what they called Gollywood dramatics, a far cry from the quiet dignity we're accustomed to from the firm. Speaking of which, let's pivot to the Waleses, who provided the perfect foil this Valentine's. Kensington Palace released a restrained yet genuinely warm portrait of Prince William and Catherine during a casual stroll in Norfolk. Black and white, modest, evoking that quiet luxury that's become their hallmark post-crisis. After Catherine's health battles last year, now thankfully in remission by all accounts, this image screamed stability, resilience, and unity. No grand gestures, no archive smooches, just a couple weathering the storms together. The online chatter was immediate and fierce. Side-by-side comparisons flooded timelines, pitting the Sussexes' perceived chaos against the Wales's steadfast poise. A well-meaning staff member from Palace Environs notes that this wasn't intentional overshadowing, merely the natural rhythm of royal duties. But it certainly didn't hurt the narrative of a monarchy rebounding from its turbulent year. Of course, these Valentine separations aren't isolated incidents. Whispers from someone close to palace circles paint a broader picture of the Sussexes leading increasingly separate lives. Harry's solo hikes for his 40th birthday last year, his focus on Invictus and global speaking tours. He's reportedly bored of the Tinseltown schmoozing that Meghan thrives on. She's gearing up for her Netflix series, pouring energy into brand building, even as critics label her efforts embarrassing or desperate. Take that as ever chocolate promotion. Harry reduced to an Instagram husband, posing with the treats in a video that had tabloids cackling. A source within the inner circle reveals tensions bubbling over Meghan's extraordinary demands for any potential UK return, full security no less, which Harry sees as a barrier to mending fences with King Charles. And with fresh Epstein document waves lapping at Prince Andrew's door, Harry's torn between supporting his cousins Beatrice and Eugenie and heeding Meghan's warnings to steer clear lest they sink together. Financial undercurrents add another layer of spice to this saga. The Sussexes' Archewell Foundation has faced scrutiny over donations and expenditures, with rumors of strained cash flow prompting more solo ventures. A longtime family acquaintance shares that Harry's fear of it being too late to reconcile with his father stems partly from this drift. Professional paths splitting like tectonic plates, with Meghan accused of prioritizing her empire over family harmony. Palace courtiers, ever the pragmatists, are allegedly pre-mapping contingency plans for a split, though that's the stuff of scandalous hearsay. Yet, amid the divorce looms, fueled by magazines like Heat and Radar Online, one can't ignore the pattern: public unity displays that feel increasingly performative. But let's not forget the human element, my discerning friends. Harry, at 41, carries the weight of his spare legacy, amplified by those Invictus successes that remind us of his better angels. Meghan, 44, navigates the cutthroat world of American celebrity with a tenacity that's admirable, if occasionally overplayed. Their children, shielded from the glare, are the innocent anchors in this storm. Still, the skepticism lingers. Society's mood toward them has soured, viewing their every move through a lens of cynicism. Are they victims of relentless media hounding, or architects of their own isolation? As one source behind closed doors puts it, they're pushing the US against the world narrative, but cracks are showing. In the end, this Valentine's tale is a microcosm of the larger royal drama, power struggles, money woes, and the eternal quest for relevance. The Waleses embody endurance, the Sussexes reinvention at a cost. Will Harry jet home for a belated reunion, or will the distance widen? Only time will tell, but rest assured, we'll be watching. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, stay sharp and question everything.